Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. I'm gonna do this again because I haven't clicked record yet. Please don't crash. Hi, welcome everybody. How you doing? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. We are playing D&D solo. Hence the name Flying Solo. Real quick, I want to fix something for my TikTok viewers because golly, is this egregious that this is a thing. Hang on. Alright, so TikTok has a weird thing on it where if you're watching this from like laptop, desktop, whatever, and you try and flip the screen or orientate it, it takes my whole image and flips it upside down. Not good for viewers. So I have to go here. Wrong keyboard. Go here. I have to adjust this whole thing on this screen of mine. So we're going to get a quick flip, and then the orientation will be set to default, so you only have to click it one time, and the picture will be upright, and everything will be crisp and good. Let me go ahead and do this one. I don't think I need this. Face cam is getting changed. This is getting changed. I don't know if that's getting changed or not. I don't know what that was, but I'm disabling it for now. Let's go ahead and just flip this entirely. Can I shrink this and it'd be kind of okay? I can kind of do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Good. I'll put that at the bottom. I'm then gonna take this and I'm gonna flip it entirely. I'll put this over here. Boom. Increase that size just a wee bit. And we're going to flip my face. Whee! Boom, like that. There. And we'll center that. Keep it good. Media source is the background, so we have some red stuff taken care of. That's good. We want to reorient this again. I click 2 times, and boom, I'm good. It looks like a little bit of a problem happening right there. So we're just going to keep that right there. Does it look about good? I think that looks about good. Yeah, that looks actually really good. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to do this and see if that works out the way I want it to. That should display. It does display. Okay, good. Sweet. So we have map and that. I'm locking all 3 of these. These are not going to get changed again. Media source. This one here. You guys shouldn't be hearing any music on TikTok whatsoever, so that should be like done and out the way. With that being the case, I now have chat. If you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, my chat is now up there. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not doing that, so that's okay. I can go back to this. And let's see if let's make sure this is moving all nice and dandy. I should see this moving now. Give it like 3 seconds. Yep. Okay, good. Gold. That's perfecto. That is exactly what I was wanting to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I know it's going to be impossible to read anything on it, but I want to see if this works or not. Okay, so I'm just going to do this then. Good. Does that look about good? Look about right? Yes, it does. Okay, sweet. So I can just scroll all the way up. Boom. There it is. Yay. That works. Welcome to stream. Welcome to D&D. We're playing D&D today. I don't know if I said that a second ago. We're kind of playing D&D. If you're unaware of what has happened in the past, allow me to summarize a little bit. Monday, we started this campaign story. Just not gonna lie, very janky start because I was by myself. I didn't really have much people helping me. And the one person I had to take off in the middle of stream, and it was kind of a disaster. It didn't go anywhere. Tuesday, I was by myself. I went and fought 4 displacer beasts. I had some help with an elf and some guards. Long story short of it, elf and a guard died. I was handed a note. If you're wanting to check out the fight and everything about it, head over to Tuesday's stream. They died. I got a note. Went to a guild. Spoke to an orc, our new orc friend called Blackfeather. He essentially led me to a dungeon, which led to episode, I believe that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. Yesterday's stuff called New Challenger Approaches, or New Player Emerges. That's on YouTube. That entailed me exploring a dungeon with the orc and finding Chaos, which is our player 2 for this entirety of, for the entire world. I'm not gonna lie, the experience was amazing. I enjoyed every little bit. Only quip I have of it is I kind of wish there was more involvement with the dice in the game rather than a go this way type of gist, you know? Because it, not gonna lie, that kind of killed my mood just a little bit, but that's, take it, set it to the side, it's out of the way, good and clear. With that being the case, that being out the way, I want to do something for YouTube as well, because I recognize that when I switch to this, it's not going to look exactly the same as on stream, and I know, like, my OCD is looking at this going, why? Why is this a thing? So give me, like, 2 more seconds. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to add a scene. I'm going to add... Okay, so I'm not going to do that because I don't have it there yet. I need to do this, this. I want to do the same thing I'm doing for TikTok right now on the recording side of this, because it's just how it looks good that way. Lock this in place. You want to take this, center that, boom. I want to take the webcam, boom, up. I'll center that with the character sheet, boom. And then I need to create a source. I need to discover this. I need to take, where is, is it this one? I don't know if it's this one or not. Is it this one? Not entirely sure. No, it's not that one. It would be in this, I think. No. It would be this, it would be this, it would be, I think, this, and then that. Loop, yes, yes. Okay. Sure, why not? But we're gonna mute that. Take that completely off. We're gonna put this all the way in the back. This way it's there. It's out the way. Okay, and that looks kind of good. I'm actually wanting to do this. This would be pretty cool if I could do this right here. That would be really good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And we'll go ahead and do this. And bring this. And bring it up. Can I bring it up? I can in fact bring it up. But I don't want to. It looks too good the way it is. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'll just do this. Boom. Good. Gold. Okay. I'm done messing with that. It's good. I just wanted to add the same cloud stuff you see up here, but a little bit different. It's a little bit different from TikTok to the recording on YouTube, so it should look good now. Should look good. Should look all right. Should be all right. Kind of, sort of, something like that. Should be. Should be fine. If it's not, I'm kind of hoping you guys would tell me. We left off here on this. We left off here. Okay. This lovely world of ours, we left off with Chaos and the Slime discovering a statue next to their campsite right now. They are stationed away. For right now, we're going to pause them entirely. Time for them has stopped. The way I want to execute this from where I am right now forward is I'm going to take a bunch of actions. I'm going to spend my 4 hours, my day, my 24 hours type of gist. Continuing from where we left off, so it'd be like late day, afternoon, not quite night, but the sun is beginning to set type of gist. I want to pause them, and I'm going to take my actions for today's stream and recording, and I am going to progress like I want to as the player and the DM. Feel free to flip a coin for encounters. Heads, I get an encounter. Tails, I don't. The encounters are going to be random. Apart from that, it's also going to be... I'm also going to unpause time for the orc and the slime, and next session, Friday, she should be around. Chaos should be around, and when she is, I will unpause time, and she will take an entire turn of her own. Like I will let her do her thing. I'm gonna pause time for me. This way, when we come back on recording and we do this again, it'll be unified. We are pretty much good. Unless we manage to get through 4 days worth of content. Or not 4 days, but I'm expecting like a day and a half to pass in the game for today. And then we'll unpause for them and then get them to catch up. Whole 9 yards. Apart from that, let's go ahead and get back over to where we are on my player. Boom, there we go. My character right there. Derby the character. Okay. So, from here, let's go ahead. Pull up, where is it? There we go. 1D100 encounter list. Good. Yes. Alright, so... do this. Okay, good, gold. That's done. Okay. So I just got through selling a bunch of wares. That's what gave me the additional silver and gold pieces. I'm at 400 gold pieces, which is very nice. It is now later on in the day. I am going to... What do I want to do from here? Because I'm going into town. We were going to go find a job from the guild. We got to go to the guild and figure that mess out. So let's head over to the guild. See if maybe. Nope. Okay, good. So it's a peaceful walk all the way to. Boom. Made it to the guild. Let's see if I can see any jobs from the entrance. 18. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I can. So from here, I mean, I'm looking across the room to the board, and I am essentially looking at this board for jobs. All right. Okay. So I'm going to do this right here. We need to do this. Boom. That works. Yeah, that works nicely. Okay, sweet. From here we want to go back down. Sorry, that was the setup. Boom. Okay, good. So, uh, on this corkboard, I note that there is a job that I think would fit me well. I take it, I place it to the receptionist. I go, "Hey, is anyone taking this job yet?" She goes, "No, no, there hasn't been anyone go for that." I would highly recommend getting a party together for it though, because it might take more than one person to handle it. Um, Unless you feel confident enough to do it on your own. I think I am. I think I'm okay with attempting to do it on my own, but I'll see about others before I leave to see if there's if there are potentially other people willing to party up and us take care of a job. Uh, I guess I'll just roll another one to see. I got 14. In my immediate vicinity, there are probably 3 people, all of which are minding their own business, 2 of which are eating, don't want to disturb them. I think the third guy is a little shy, but I can respect that. He looks like a newer adventurer, so I'm not gonna ask him just out of fear for his safety. I don't want to bring him along for something he's not prepared for. I think based on the people around me, there's no one really in the guild at the moment that I could really pair up with, and I'm gonna decide to leave. So I'm gonna thanks for the job. I'm gonna try and do it on my own. I leave from here. I leave the dojo, and wow. Okay, so guy comes out. I don't think. I think he's okay. I think he's good. Here, let me do this. Companion. I need to get better at this because man. There we go. This is companion. This. Sorry. Oh, those are the guards from before. Let's go ahead and take them out of the picture. Boom. Boom, boom. Layer. Okay. Okay. Now from here, I'll zoom in. Take this. Boom. Boom. Let's make sure I can actually. I can 16. So as I'm leaving the guild hall, I make my way to the footpath for the road. I hear behind me, "Hey, wait!" I look behind me, and sure enough, it's that timid guy I noted from before. Okay. Okay. So from behind me, I hear, "Hey, I heard you were taking a job, and I would like to come along. Is that okay?" I turn around. I proceed to have a conversation with him as he approaches me. Um, I essentially, I go, "Hey, yeah." This is weird. I go, "Hey, yeah, I just took the job. I was gonna tackle it on my own. I didn't want to disturb you. Did I offend you by any means?" He goes, "No, no, no, no. No, I take no offense." Um, I saw that the clerk was a little concerned, and I figured, hey, I might as well see what I can do to help. I go, "Okay, sure. I have no problem with you tagging along, but you better be prepared for what's ahead. Apparently, this is not supposed to be. This is not an easy mission. This is not an easy job. So, whatever you do your best not to slow me down. Okay?" Shakes his head, yes. Affirmation. We party up. We group up. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and group up. All right. All right. We pair up and we head on out away from the guild hall. We gotta make our way to a village, it seems. Gotta see exactly where it is on the map here. I take note that it's in the northeast, so we head out that way. Let's go ahead and just. Nope. Okay, good. As we're making our way around, we notice the breeze and how nice the community is. We converse about the local community. Um, local community? Man, does that sound like robot talk? I asked him about the weather. I'm like, "Hey, this weather be kind of crazy." He goes, "Yeah, yeah, it's mighty crazy. Wasn't expecting the rain the other day." I'm like, "It rained yesterday?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, there's plenty of rain. It came down, cats and dogs and all." I go, "Huh, must not have noticed." To be honest, we were in a dungeon, so it makes sense. What happened there? Why did that go sideways, not up? That was weird. Keep going, keep going. We get to do. I don't know how I keep missing that. Hmm. We notice as we're adventuring out, illusions of other people walking past us. Time flies. We're not really taking our time, but we're also not really sprinting. I'm covering like 6 feet every so often, and it's kind of nuts. So, eh, yeah. Let's continue. We head to the northeast. We gotta keep going this way. We make it to the city gate. We pass through without hesitation. He informs me the first time he passed through here, the guards gave him a hard time because he was so shy and timid. He didn't want to offend anybody. And they were just doing their jobs, protecting the city, but they were very, very, very hesitant to welcome him. By the way, my name's Eldrin Falomir. Hope we get to know each other quite well. Let's go ahead and just... We know it's still in the northeast from where we are on the map. We continue on our way. We note a tree off to our side, whispering away. We didn't understand what was going on at first, but there was in fact a tree. Hang on. There we go. We had a tree here that as we were passing, oh, wrong one. Gotta do this, that. As we're passing this tree, we notice on the eve of our ears, let's see if we can actually hear it. I didn't think about that. 11, yeah. We notice a faint, like as though someone's talking, but we can't make out the voice exactly. It's at a whisper, and we're like 12 feet away from it, so not exactly apparent to us, just that we know there was whispering around, yet no one on the road at the time. We choose to ignore it and continue to go. What could that have been, he asks. I go, I don't know. It could very well have been a ghost or a murmur, some kind, not entirely sure. We continue on our path to a village that has a vendor in the center, houses around, but not very populated. Not very populated. Roughly 6 houses consider themselves part of this little village, and 2 of them are have been ostracized. Pardon me. Quite dusty in here. As we make our way to the village, I pull out the poster and I read what the job entails. So our job type is to investigate. Sorry, hang on. Job brief. The brief is a rural hamlet reports that their main well has begun weeping black, foul-smelling water. Seeps upward. Sorry. Has begun weeping black. Foul-smelling water seeps upward at night, and villagers hear faint crying from below. 2 people have gone missing after investigating it. The guild wants answers, and the well restored if possible. As we approach the village, I inform him of that. He goes, "Really? Black water going up?" I don't. That's Eldrin. Falomir, the human, the timid guy, green dude, he notes that it's quite curious that a well would weep black and water would start to rise at night. It's kind of weird. It's unfortunate two people have gone missing, but hopefully we can find them by the end of it. I agree. We head towards the well in investigation style. We try and figure out what the heck is going on here. Let me. Okay. Okay. So what does he think? Okay. Okay. Cool. So, looking at that's cool. Okay. So the way I understand this is I'm thinking for investigative purposes because I'm wanting to do an investigate. I want to investigate this well. I want to know why it's spewing black. We go to the well thinking, okay, clearly it's got to be something with the water. Otherwise, eh, like how else would we explain it? We investigate for signs of tampering. So ordinary well, you got stone layout, you got the bucket with the rod and little house on top. Stereotypical well. Um, Crank it, or you loosen the rod and it drops the bucket, and then you crank it back up in order to pull the bucket with the water fresh up. We do just that. Um, I mean, I shouldn't have to roll for that, but I got a 19 anyway, so it works. That's for the athletics check to see if we can actually get it to come all the way up. I loosen the rod, drop the bucket, I crank it as fast as I can, and it races back to the top. Water spills out a little bit, but it's not much. I finesse the crap out of this bucket, bringing it back up. I note, let's do investigation. It's a 14 plus the, is that an intelligence modifier? Yeah, intelligence modifier. So 16. I do not have investigation as a skill that I'm proficient with, so I'm not going to add that proficiency modifier. With that being the case, I investigate the well first, noting that after I had pulled the bucket of water up, it's not black like the job description says it's supposed to be. And looking around the well, I see nothing out of the ordinary. It's a random stone base with various knickknacks around, as well as the general house and the rod and the. I note that the rod and the crank are good. That doesn't look like it's been tampered with. I then proceed to confer with Falamir here, trying to figure out what exactly it is that happened or if he found anything on his side of the well. 17 plus 1, 18. He notes that the stone looks well built, like a master mason took care of it. It's one of the more pristine wells he's ever seen. We converse a little more, trying to figure out what it could be magic wise, or if it was rigged, trapped for like a temporary curse type gist. We can't come up with anything off the top of our heads, so we investigate the local townsfolk to see what they know. We go to each house one by one and figure things out. One moment. Me. Okay. So, as he rears back around, we're confronted by a gentleman from this house here. Yes, I'm going to add a layer for this. Yes, I'm going to be doing a lot. Hang on. Yeah, that works. Sweet. Okay. This is our NPC. He's come out from his house. He goes, "Hey, yeah, you there. Are you here about the well? Did you get the job application we sent in to the guild?" I turn around, noticing him, disgruntled, but ultimately welcoming. Uh, Disgruntled, but understandably so. I confront him, going, "Yeah, do you know what exactly is going on here?" He goes, No, I have no idea. Um, he noted that a couple days ago everything was fine. Water was running. We had plenty of rain to keep it full. Village was stocked for a while, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that he had noticed. We tell him, okay, we couldn't find anything either, so it's kind of strange that we'd get the job offer if there's nothing strange happening. Well, he says, well, it happens at night. You gotta come up at night and see it for yourselves. We go, okay, so we'll return later today to see if anything has changed. He goes, okay, all right, so we'll wait. We good. Let's go ahead and do this. And then he goes back into his home. We don't see him again for a little bit. This. There we go. From here, I think we want to investigate a few more houses. So I take my companion. We head up to house number 2, where we meet up with a young lady, a young elf, half-elf lady. She comes out, hooting and hollering, "Hey, what y'all doing here? Aren't y'all supposed to be hunting down whoever stole these 2 people?" I honestly have no idea who went missing from this village, but we got people missing, and y'all can't solve it. What y'all good for if you ain't gonna find the people? I go, ma'am, we are, but there's a problem. You see, we have nothing to go on except this job application, and we know people are missing. We've heard it from the Mr. downstairs, Mr. over yonder. You're the second person we've come to talk to. Have you seen anything strange? You know of anyone that's new in town? What exactly is going on here? That's 15 plus 2, 17. So she pretty much opens up and asks, or pretty much says everything she's noticed so far. She goes, I've been here for roughly 20 years, and this is the first sign of really anything strange that's occurred in this town. We were peaceful and happy. It was a good community until a couple days ago. We heard a scream in the middle of the night. Whole townsfolk came around the well. Sure enough, we saw it. Black ooze rising up from it, traveling up, not down. Everyone noted it as strange, didn't think anything of it, until we heard another scream that same night. As we were huddled around the well, someone decided to scream off in the distance. She gestures over to this house here, essentially elaborating that the missus of the house was missing her child, and she didn't know where exactly he went. He was missing. It wasn't good. Everyone took a hit morally that day. And then yesterday, literally just last night, we had another person go missing from not this house, but she gestures over beyond the house over yonder, beyond what you see here. The Mr. of the Lord of that house went missing just last night. We don't know where they are, what happened to them, just that they're missing now. And every night it typically happens. The well decides to leak black ooze, and it usually starts to levitate into the sky. I note the half elf's demeanor. She seems very scared, frightened for her life, type of gist. Very, very timid. And Falamir pretty much speaks up, goes, "It'll be okay. We're here to help. You can trust us." She goes, "Yeah, thanks for that," and walks back in. She goes back to her house, into her domicile. We don't hear from her again. I confer with the elf. It was good what you did there, but honestly, we need to find out more information before we let them turn away. I get your heart's in the right place, but we really ought to be getting to the bottom of this sooner. We don't want another person going missing later today when we have to come back and see it for ourselves. His rebuttal is essentially that of what happens if we solve it now, but yet can't find the two missing people. How can we say we've solved the problem if we're not bringing them back to their families? I agree with the elf and eventually allow him to convince me to stay near the well. Stay near the well, camped up. We know there is not an inn. I know, just happened. We know that there is a merchant shack nearby. We visit, see what the browsing of the wares are. Let's see exactly who this shack belongs to. I think we're gonna go ahead and say this is a farmer's market of like no farmer's market. That doesn't make any sense. Because I'm thinking in terms of this is right there, so I think this is a scribe. Yeah, this is the. Did we already get to two scribes? I'm not entirely sure. Armory is over by the gate. Let's call this one the Alchemist. Okay? Oh, oops. Didn't want to minimize that, sorry. So we go into the shop, recognize that there are potions and whatnot scattered about. The elf chimes in. This is an alchemist shop. We could probably get some potions here if we needed to. Oh, that's a good idea. Potions sound like a good idea. Okay. So, I asked the shopkeep, "Hey, how you doing? We're here on a job. We're looking to buy some potions to better prepare ourselves for what's to come." Old codger lady, essentially, across the counter, got white hair, hunched over, very old looking. Um, she essentially chimes in, "Oh, so you're looking for potions, eh?" I don't know about the accent. Bear with me, I'm not an old lady. Um, she goes, "Yeah, I've got these three here." I look at him, I ask her about each one. I'm like, "What's this one?" She said, "This is a potion of flickering focus." As I look at the flask, a pale blue liquid that glimmers like candlelight appears when I shake it. Um, she said, "Drink this if you wish to know what you're looking for sooner. Understand that it comes with a side effect. Once you drink it and the effect wears off, beware. You'll be overstimulated and will no longer be able to ascertain what you're looking for." I sit the bottle down after inspecting it, ask her about this other one. I pick it up, and a warm reddish orange brew. I smell faintly a charcoal spice off of it. I note its color and understand its warmth. She said that one is a very effective one. She says as you drink it, you can gain the resistance to cold damage for an hour. You'll feel a warmth deep inside, and cold won't affect you for a while. That's crazy. Additionally, that worm will swell only one time during that time, you can breathe embers, exhale. As you breathe in, you can breathe out like a dragon. In a 10-foot direction of your choosing, creatures in the area will take fire damage, have the potential to be burned. I go, huh, that's a real interesting potion. I set it down, noting it. And then I pick up the third vial. I look at it with a thick green liquid, tiny floating leaf fragments, and they don't sink. They're not sinking in the bottle. I note them floating ever so elegantly across the top of the liquid in the bottle. She essentially says, this is a restoration potion. Once you drink it, you'll feel better from any damage you've accrued. Your wounds will heal quicker. Oh, interesting. There's also a side effect with this one, but not many people have had an opportunity to test it out. I go, okay. So, restorative. I list off in order. Restorative with a side effect unknown. This one allows you to sustain cold and resist it, as well as potentially breathe fire, which is interesting. Who wouldn't love breathing fire? And then this one allows me to ascertain certain things I wouldn't normally be able to ascertain, but at a cost. I won't be able to, after the effect has wore off, I won't be able to investigate things. Or this says make wisdom perception checks. My sight will be blurry. It's as though I'm drinking mead. That side effect is. From there, I asked the elf. I said, "Hey, which of these do you think you'd go for?" Let me make sure he can even afford it. This one. Sorry, I'm making sure this is good. Alright. Sorry, I had to make multiple tabs for the NPCs and the followers and all that fun jazz because, golly, there's a lot that I'm having to click through. And it's just one large list. I'd rather just separate it so the immediates are taken care of and then I can go back to the technical lookups. Okay. So he's looking at these potions going, man, they sure would be useful, but I can't afford any of these. I don't have the gold for it. He's got 8 gold pieces on him. I go, okay, that's fine. I'll grab a couple for me and a couple for you. Sound good? He goes, yeah, that's completely fine. Go, okay. I ask him how much for 2 of the green vials and how much for the 2 of the warm ones. She goes and says, I'll sell the Verdant Pulse here for, since you're buying 2, 60. How does 60 gold pieces go for each? I go, okay, that's a decent amount. That's an okay number. I don't mind doing that. Let's go ahead and do this. I'd also like to get two of the orange warm, reddish orange warm elixir there. She goes, okay, okay, yeah, that'll be 50 gold for two. I'm like, 50 gold for two? She goes, yeah, yeah, she affirms, takes 50 for two. I go, okay then, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna get four of those because I want to breathe fire. Who doesn't want to breathe fire? So okay, let me make sure this is good. This one here. I think that's good. So okay. So I essentially paid for two of those, which was, she said 60. I think she said 60. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. This puts me at 25, right? And then I spend another 100 on the Ember drop because each one's 25. I had 3. This puts me at 225. That's fine. I'm okay with spending that much. That's okay. Valamir looks up at me. Are you certain you want to pay for all this? I go, yeah. I'd rather be prepared and know what I'm getting into than have something happen to either you or me and all of a sudden now I'm responsible for 2 deaths. That's just not how that works. Recollecting the elf that was with me that helped me out with the displacer beasts. With that being said, I bid the codger a farewell and we head out of the establishment. Potions in tow, a little light on coin, but otherwise okay. We then proceed to set up camp over here. Temporary camp of a kind. Let's go ahead and just... Oh, I'm not going to add a layer for that. I'm going to add a... This. I'm going to add structure. This. We set up camp not too far away from the town, but close enough to where we could hear if anyone's in trouble or needs assistance with anything. We make camp. We're good. We're chilling. We're having fun. I note that the elf was timid before and asked him, hey, why are you so timid? You joined a guild. This job isn't exactly for the weak of heart. He goes, yeah, I know. I just thought I could help people and am coming to terms with my ability to socialize. It's not exactly easy considering ABC. Hang on, let me see ABC. Considering I was raised to believe violence only makes things worse. I prefer to take an evasion approach. If I don't have to fight, I don't engage. I'd rather run, come back, wait for it to de-escalate, and help who I can when I can. I go, that's a surefire way of getting yourself killed. What happens if your enemy decides to chase after you? He goes, well, in that case, I just don't stop running. Or I let them beat the tar out of me and eventually give them what they want. Or at least the peace they desire. You know, that is no way to live. You've got to do better for yourself. I ask him, what's your goal in life if running away is all you ever do? How can you say you have that goal knowing you run away as often as you do now? He goes, it's more like a dream than a goal. You wouldn't understand it. Like, try me. He goes, well, ever since I was little in the little farmland with my family and the pets and the cows and the sheep, it was on a farm. He lives on a farm. I always thought about being a knight one day. I go, really? He goes, yeah. I always thought about being a knight, but not one that goes out on the front lines. More like the strategist. I'm not on the front lines, and I can safely help people from a distance without really directly going into combat. I'm go. I laugh. I straight up look at him and go, you understand being a knight is not all cherries and roses, right? He goes, yeah, I understand that. I know I'm destined to get my hands bloody at some point. I just wish to put it off as much as possible. Eventually ascending through the ranks and, I don't know, being maybe a medic, or even better, a strategist. I go, well, that is one lofty dream to have, and I commend you for not wanting to provoke violence. I would highly recommend getting used to the way fighting happens, though, because eventually you're gonna find your end on the receiving end of a broadsword, and you need to know how to defend yourself. He goes, yeah, point taken. Maybe you could teach me how to defend myself someday. I'm like, yeah, sure, that works. I have no problem with it. Let's get this job done with, though. He goes, he affirms. We rest up for a little bit. We don't take a long rest, more like a short rest. We wait and wait and wait and wait until eventually the sun sets. It's now nighttime. We awake just in time to see the sun set, and we observe. We observe and observe and observe. We're at a distance from the well. Let's make certain we can actually see. I believe this is disadvantage, so I actually need to roll 2 die. I have to take the lower roll, so 8 for my disadvantage. Perception is 2, so wisdom 0. So yeah, that's a 10. I could see between me and the well, but I can't quite make out the well from this distance. It's just too dark. Let's see what. Oof. The elf can't make anything out. He's so groggy waking up. He's rubbing his eyes trying to get the morning out. Yeah, he's so groggy. He's just getting the morning out of his eyes. As this occurs, we hear people rushing towards us. I guess they saw our campfire lit. And as they approach, we hear them start talking. How could you take another one of our people? As they approach, get closer and closer and closer, I start to notice they're carrying torches and pitchforks. I go, wait, hang on, stop. Let's see if they even notice. Again, this is disadvantage, so they can't see me, so. A mob of people with a collective, much as before. They don't hear me, they continue to charge at us. I tell the kid, wake up quicker, we gotta go. And from there, we run all the way to the footpath. See if they trail us or not. This. They do not trail us. We lose them between the footpath and where we were at the campfire. It seems they heard me after all, but they stopped and turned back. Not aware of what just happened. I asked the elf, do you know what that was about? He goes, no. I was still getting the morning out of my eyes. I didn't even see any of it. I go, okay, well, obviously we can't go back there thinking we own the place, so we're gonna have to go in sneakily. We're gonna have to sneak around a couple buildings and get to the village somehow. We need to see that well. We need to know what is occurring. He agrees. And then from here, we go. I decided to go north a little bit. It's dark, so we can see like 10, 20 feet, but not much beyond that. We go around to the other side of the village through woods and thicket. Okay. Pass behind a house, and in our attempt to get back to the shopkeep for a better view of the well that we're investigating, we note that there is something in the sky moving. We don't know what, but there's something in the sky. It's peering down at the well, but we don't know what. We round the house and just enough to see the well. We see the crowd of people that have gathered around it. We hear a scream. Ah, right. We know water is going up to the sky. It looks like it's being funneled into what seems to be an agape mouth of some kind. We're not entirely sure what's going on. Um, the scream alerts the surrounding people of this well. They all turn and look, and sure enough, it's another widow, freshly made widow that has just lost her husband. She doesn't know where he is. He's gone mysteriously. We keep observing the well and the people around. They go to comfort her. The well becomes a little bit more clear. We're going to roll for perception again here to see if we can ascertain what exactly is going on. We got 16. So from this distance, I can make out the well and some of the some of its attributes. I note that the stone base is glowing and that the water is rising up out of the well and towards the sky. It's being funneled into a mouth of some kind, and the bucket is no longer there. We no longer see the bucket. The roof is gone, the well is agape, and the water is just rushing up and out. I tell the elf, dude, this is something else. This is kind of crazy. What do you think we should do? Um, Elf then turns to me and asks, what do you think? We gotta figure out where the missing people are first. That's our priority. Find the people and then solve the well in that order. Well, hang on. We're just going to open this up in a whole new tab because I'm not going to sit here and hunt this down 72 different times. I go, okay. So we have to find the people. I think we have to reinvestigate the well. We need to figure out what it is that's occurring while it's active. Otherwise, it'll just disappear during the day. So I want to sneak. My player by himself wants to sneak. I want to sneak up to the well. I don't know. Can I do that? Hang on. So this is very, very complicated. Um, so I want to stealthily approach this well, and how I would do this is, it seems the passive perception of villagers basic perception. I'm going to go with 11. And I have to beat that with a dexterity stealth roll. And I believe, yep, there is a stealth roll here for dex, which means I'm not proficient in stealth at all. I'm not wearing any armor, so naturally there's no disadvantage to it. And I use my dex modifier without adding any of the proficiency bonus. So I roll d20. I get a 14 plus my dex, which is 2. So 16. I sneak up to the well successfully without messing around with anybody. The elf stays behind and watches my back. Let's make sure his perception is good. It is not. He can barely see past the corner of the house. He's afraid of the villagers, doesn't want to go out too far. As I get to the well, I investigate what could be going on. I don't know any smell. Again, the bucket is completely gone. There is nothing over the top of this well. So if one villager turns around and their perception just so happens to see me before I can investigate, that's a problem. I'm looking for clues, and I'm looking for anything inside the well that would point to a problem. Okay. Okay. So this would be another roll. This time it'd be for investigation, which is my intelligence. I add that modifier to a d20 versus. Do I verse anything? Okay, so 17 plus 2, 19. So I investigate the entirety of the well without being spotted. And note that there is something shiny at the bottom that I can't quite reach if I were to just go down and, reach in to grab it. So I signaled to my ally to come on over. Let's see if he even sees that. Giving this elf way too many chances. 18. He sees it. He notes that I'm gesturing him to come closer. We need to get this taken care of. I need to roll for stealth on this dude. Stealth is dex again. So this right here, roll. That's 6 and 7. So as he's approaching this well to back me up, I note that one of the villagers turns and sees him, but it doesn't make out exactly what he is, just that he's moving towards the well. I then proceed to take a rock and throw it as a form of distraction. I don't want my friend getting caught and butchered. 16 plus, I'm assuming that's 2 on strength. Or is it dex? No, it's yeah. So it's strength. I think athletics applies here. So I take it. I find a rock. I throw it. I throw it so far over the head of the person that it lands and hits like a pond of water, and they notice it. I think they notice it. Let's see if they notice it. Yeah, they notice it, and they go, "Oh, they must be back. We got to go and chase them off. We don't want another person missing. This is the third time tonight. We can't have this. Get after them." They all light their torches and pitchforks, and they start booking it in that direction of the rock. Little do they know, we're already next to the well. Elf has made a Falamir has made a successful sneak approach to the well. He then also investigates the well and notes. He notes that he sees something in the bottom of the well as well, but he can't quite make out what it is. I note that it's something glistening in the water. We gotta get it out because I think it might be the cause of it. Let's go here, here. Okay. So we'll go for the higher end, 15, deep, dark, slippery. Um, okay, so I choose to makeshift a weapon of some kind. Weapon? Improvise a tool. I want to improvise my battle axe. Do I have a battle axe? Do I not? Hang on. Let's see. So I have a warhammer that I could use the other end of. So there's a flat end and like a pointy end, right? I'm thinking that's like a warhammer, right? I tell the elf, say, hey, I could probably use this to pry at the whatever that item is down below. He goes, yeah, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll keep a lookout for the villagers. I'm like, okay, okay. So as we're as he's watching for the villagers, I take my warhammer out and I carefully go at it with the pointy end of the stick. And I try and reel it up out of the well. Let's make sure I can do. So I'm gonna roll intelligence investigation. This is a DC 15 normal well. I think we're gonna do. Is it a dex? It's investigation for that. So let's see if I can improvise this weapon. 6 plus intelligence 2 8. So I use the weapon to attempt to grab it, but in the process of using it, I'm not very good at handling it. So I splash the water a little bit. Some of the villagers take note, but think it's nothing, think something may have fallen in from elsewhere. They turn back and do their thing, hunting us down fakely. From there, we have to see if we've got it. I'm trying to be as precise as I can, but more so being careful with control. So we're gonna run Dex throw, and it'll be yeah, Dex throw with sleight of hand as the number. That is 3. So as I'm reaching down the well, I'm making all kinds of noise with the water because I just cannot handle this at all. And as I'm making noise, I go as low as I can with it, but I keep missing, keep missing, keep missing, keep missing. Um, Eventually, the villagers turn around. The elf looks at me, going, "Dude, what are you doing? Just get it and bring it out of the well." Like, I'm trying my best here. I can't handle this. This thing is a little too heavy for my liking. I'm used to using swords, not hammers. So bear with me. As this conversation is taking hold, 2 of the villagers turn around and start walking towards the well. The elf takes note of this and goes, "Hey, we need to hurry. They're on to us." And I look back at the elf and go, "This isn't happening. We can't do this." So I take the hammer back out, sheathe it. Um, the elf suggests climbing down the well to get at the item, whatever it is. I go, "Okay, are you willing to climb down there? Because I don't think I'll be able to fit." Him being a smaller frame and all, me being pretty big, I think he'll be able to fit. However, that's gonna raise. I think that'll raise the DC. Would that raise the DC? Hang on, let's see if that raises. I think that raises DC. Okay. He goes, yeah, but I need to identify what it is. I need to know where it is exactly. So as he's doing that, I take a rock. Rock? No. As he's preparing to climb down this well, I decide I'm gonna act as the distraction because clearly he's gonna need time to take care of things. I start hooting and hollering, "Hey yo, over here, over here! I'm right here. Come and get me!" I run off in the direction, not knowing exactly where I'm going other than south. I note that I'm leaving him behind, but he should be okay if he can get to the bottom of it. This elf, as I'm running, is preparing to jump into the well and climb on down. He wants to climb down, so it's two things we got to do. One, he's got to identify where it is, and then two, he's also got to climb down the well. DC's pretty high at a 17, but he's got to identify it first. So 16 plus, not that one, this one. It's a perception check, and it's on this elf. So this one, wisdom to 18. He sees exactly what it is at the bottom of the well. He doesn't quite understand what it is, just knows that it's glistening. He knows where it is to reach it. DC on this next throw is now decreased by 2, so it goes from 17 to 15, back to normal. We're going to go ahead and roll 2, and then we're going to get 17s all the way around. 17 plus his strength mod. Unfortunately, his strength isn't that much, knocking it down 1. That's 16 that he's got. From there, he attempts to climb down the well. He makes a couple slips, doesn't really disturb the water. He's holding his breath as he's going. As he's going down, he reaches and grabs the item. I believe that's a sleight of hand check. Let's see if he can actually get that. That's a dex. 17 plus dex plus 1, 18. So yeah, he definitely reaches out for it, grabs it. He's got it wrapped around one of his fingers, clutched in his fist alongside some debris. And he's making his way back up out the well. He manages to get up out of the well, and he's good with whatever it is in his hand. From there, he moves away, huffing and puffing. He goes, "Hey, yo, villagers, I'm over here. Wow." And then okay. Okay, so he waves, hoots and hollers, grabs the attentions of all the villagers that are chasing me down the road. He essentially tells them, "Hey, he's over here. What's up?" They all turn around, start gathering around him. He's now surrounded. Um, he then proceeds to cower as a reaction to their surrounding. Um, they essentially question him. Why did he come back? Why is he taking more of the people? Why are you here? Why are you here? Can't you see we're in distress here? We're trying to mourn the loss of another person. He goes, "No, no, no, wait. We figured out what the problem was. We figured out what the problem was with the well." The villagers then proceed to back off a little bit. They're still heated. They don't know why he's here outside of the well. He holds up the glistening thing, and sure enough, they take note of it. One moment. Give it a second. It's doing its thing. It's performing magic. Golly. Wow. Crazy. Okay. As he's holding up this obsidian sphere looking thing, I noted glistening in his hand. He goes, "This is what was corrupting your well. This is what was causing people to disappear. I get the feeling I could probably take this to the wizard and we could recover the people that went missing. This is a good thing. Don't attack me, please." As he's explaining, I'm approaching him from behind the villagers that have amassed. I go, "We've been here this whole time trying to figure out the well, and you guys go and chase us away. We understand your issue. We understand you're missing people, but come on. You've got to do better at understanding who is friend from foe here. You've had an item in the bottom of your well, corrupting it for some time now, and obviously it's gone out of control. You have taken the liberty of running us off and having us fear for our lives while on this job. So please, step aside and let us do it so we can help you guys and these missing people out. Okay?" Villagers don't take too kindly to me. They're like, "You should have gotten here sooner." I'm like, there is no way of knowing something is happening without you speaking up and staying out of the way so the professionals can take care of it. We appreciate your help if when you asked for it, but from that point forward, you should have been more like knowing, more acknowledging of another party's presence, trying to help you out. From that, they understand, agree, they disperse back to their homes. The elf goes, "What is this thing?" I look at it, black, glistening. I could barely make it out in my hands. It is so dark. It looks like a Noctium sphere of some kind. Not entirely sure how it works, though. Um, hmm, cool. This is actually a fairly cool thing, like a very, very cool item. So, this thing is kind of busted. This thing is like really, really busted. So the elf hands it to me, because he doesn't want to invoke any wrath from a curse or anything. He's like, "Here, take it. I don't want to be invoked a curse." I'm like, I don't want to be cursed either. What the heck, man? I hold it up and look at it. Sure enough, I see the black tendrils, and I note that there are people who are restrained within the orb, and we need to free them somehow. I asked the elf if he has any ideas. He goes, "Well, if it's reacted at night, the whole thing was it only ever occurred at night that the water would turn black and then rise, and people would go missing at the same time. Obviously, it might have something to do with the day-night cycle. So I say let's wait for the daylight to see what happens and if we can free these people from their imprisonment." I go, okay, that sounds like an idea. We head back to camp, thinking everything is good, good in the hood. Let's click on this. We head back to camp after we retrieve the orb, and we're gonna see if we can break this binding curse type gist. Set the orb next to the fire because it's cold to the touch, and I don't feel like freezing my hands off. Set it there. Elf says, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" I said, "Yeah, so long as we keep water away from it, I think it's okay. I think it thrives in murky water and in the darkness. So long as it's next to fire and it's nice and dry, we're good. Just leave the water out of it." He goes, "Okay." We take a rest. I observe the orb overnight. It is now early morning, and the orb has yet to do anything. The elf slowly wakes up, and I note that the orb hasn't done anything after he asks, "Hey, does anything happen? Are the people free yet?" I don't know. I've been looking at it all night. I can't quite make out why they're still trapped. We gotta figure out how to free these people. We don't want their villagers suffering anymore. They've suffered enough. The elf agrees. And from there, we continue back to the village, and we discuss with the villagers what exactly has occurred. As we approach the well, we note that the same gentleman from before is standing outside his home next to the well. He remembers everything of what happened last night, and we pretty much discussed with him, "Hey, we have this orb from the bottom of your well here. We noted that it only takes possession of people at night, and that the black water rises from the well only at night. So by removing this, we should have broken the curse, but we still haven't found a way to handle your people, set them free. We can clearly see them on the inside of this orb. They are miniaturized, restrained, and stuck there. They don't look to be in any pain. They don't look to be hungry or harmed in any way. They're just restrained is all." He goes, "Oh, well, that's good news. I can't wait to tell all the people that are currently mourning their losses on this. We should be celebrating. This is a great news, great update. Awesome." He said, "Are you sure this isn't going to happen again?" I'm like, anything can happen. I tell him outright, I'm like, anything can happen. I would highly recommend not putting anything strange in the well ever again, because you don't want to have people go missing left, right, and center. It's just not fun. He goes, "Yeah, I definitely won't be tossing any more of my coin in there." I'm like, "Yeah, good on you for thinking that." As we present him the orb with the people inside, we note that the sun was glistening off. I say we note. I realize the sun was glistening off, and the orb's color begins to fade. I go, "Whoa!" And drawing attention of the elf and the villager, we all stand in astonishment. What happened to the color? What's going on? And outside of our purview, outside of our peripherals, we see three figures walk up behind us. Oh wait, no, that's actually stuck. Okay, so not gonna bother. We see three people walk up behind us, and sure enough, they're all three the same people that went missing. The villager looks around my corner in astonishment, orb floating, and he notes them. "Hey, you're back! You're back! This is so great! This is awesome! Cool! I can't believe you saved these villagers. Thank you so much for your kind service. Uh, please stay. We'll celebrate. We'll have a good time." I go, "No, we're here on a job. We can't be fraternizing with a customer. We appreciate the hospitality, but we gotta be on our way." He goes, "Well, you can keep the orb. We don't need it here. The blasted thing is taking too much of our time from us. We don't want to have that thing anywhere near us anymore." This is a lot to jot down. Give me 1 second. So I have to get up real close to this. Sorry. That's kind of busted, but okay. Let's do this. Cool. Well of Dread. Let's go ahead and knock this out. Well of Dread. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm gonna... How about this? How about this? How about this? I'm gonna delete all of this because that is a lot to type. I want to... I like this so far. All of what's right here at the Noctium sphere. This right here is good. What I want to do is this. I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm just going to hot note it here. There we go. And I can actually zoom in and read it, and it works. Okay, I have that taken care of now. That is out of the way. I'm not doing that again. If I have to generate another item, I'm just going to take a snapshot instead of typing it all up because holy crap, that is a lot to type. So essentially, this orb with faded light recharges during the night, and from there, I have I have to attune with the sphere in order to use anything that comes along with it. Apparently, I have dark vision for 120 feet. I can resist necrotic damage, and then I can cast at will the spell Detect Evil and Good. Kind of busted. And there are three things to note apart from that. You have Knight's Dominion. While I'm attuned to the sphere, I can use an action to cause tendrils of black water to unfurl from it. Each creature I choose within 60 feet must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be restrained by the water until the start of the next turn. The area becomes difficult terrain until the end of my next turn. And then Well of Dread, I can only use one a day. As an action, I can cause the sphere to replicate the Well's Ancient Curse. For 1 minute, black water rises in a 30-foot radius, 60-foot high cylinder centered on a point that I can see within 120 feet. The area is heavily obscured at the start of each of my turns. Each creature in the area must succeed a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or take 6d10. Holy crap, necrotic damage and be pulled 30 feet upward by the water. Golly, that is overpowered. A creature that fails 3 saving throws is swallowed by the darkness and disappears as if affected by the spell Power Word Kill. Spell Power Word Kill. That's nuts. The sphere can't use this property again until the next midnight. That is an overpowered spell. The backdraw is okay, but golly. And then the only other way to break the curse, the only way to break it, is if the sphere is removed from the well that empowered it and exposed to sunlight for 1 hour. The curse is broken, the water clears, the unnatural rising ends, and those taken by the well are freed, returned to the surface at the GM's discretion. So this sphere can be empowered by being placed in a well and at night. And then once it's taken out, it has to be exposed to the sunlight for an hour, and that's how it dispels that curse completely. Because it's been broke, I now have the ability to cast and use this if I attune myself to it. Um, so it's a wondrous item, legendary, and requires attunement. Yeah. Um, Going back to this though, we recover the three after breaking the curse on the sphere and the well. We described to the guy, "Hey, we can't stick around. Sorry, we gotta go. We have a job to do. We gotta report back to the guild as soon as possible." He goes, "Well, okay then." As this occurs, hang on. We obtained the orb and okay. So I essentially conversed with the elf. I'm like, "Hey, who do you think would dump something like this in the well? That you would think this is like a prized possession somebody would want to have." He goes, "I don't know, but they must have been not all there because that is one very powerful orb. We don't want to be dropping that anywhere near water." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I agree." Um, as we leave the village, we're thanked and waved off. We're seen off by the villagers of that group. Go ahead, just Thanos snap them. Don't mind me. They're now Adam's dust. We're gonna go away from the village now. We're gonna head back into town. We want to be extra careful along the way. We weren't attacked throughout that whole thing, which is kind of nice. Easy quest. Wasn't too difficult. We're gonna keep on going. I think. Yep, we're good. We're gonna toss a coin. Heads. This is where we put this here, and then I roll a d100. 32. Oh, wow. So it seems as we're heading home, or at least to the guild hall, we have two rival adventurers that are not very nice at the moment. Let's see if I can draw on this. Can I? I can. Okay, so adversaries. We're gonna do this. Yep. We encounter two rival adventurers on the path to home. And each one is unique. I say that I'm gonna have to do this because yeah. Okay. So at perception, I'm gonna do this. 17. I note that one is a half elf, and the other is a dwarf. Asking what their business is here. They said we found a job flyer that essentially stated that people were going missing in a village in the northeast. Did you happen to take that job? We're like, yeah, we're actually returning from it. We got an orb and we're gonna go collect a reward from the guild real quick. I go, oh, so they didn't need us, huh? No, apparently not. We took care of it though. We dispelled the curse of the well. We saved the people. We were even waved off a little while ago. He goes, well, we're gonna have to take that orb off of you. I go, what? Excuse me? They go, yeah. You see, we got to the flyer first, so we're gonna need that orb now. We're gonna need the flyer that says you completed it, whole 9 yards. I'm like, that's not how this works. You can't just come up and steal stuff from us because you didn't get there before we did. They're like, well, if you don't want to give it to us, we're going to have to take it from you. God, really? Come on. We don't have to fight. And then from here, they draw their swords. We roll initiative. We roll initiative. So roll for them first because they started this fight. We see 12 and nat 20. So I'm first, Elf is second. And then 2 and then another nat 20. That's nuts. So the dwarf goes no. The elf goes third and the dwarf goes last. That's how that works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. This is the elf. Let's do this. Here's the elf. That's the dwarf. We're gonna treat these two as they're like right up on us. Type of just we're within combat zone. That works. From this, initiative is done out the way. I get first attack on these guys because I have initiative. I'm going to go ahead and get this taken care of. I want to... I'm going to use the Warhammer to fight them. I'm going to use 2 hands the whole time. So I get versatile. That's a 1d10. And yeah. For my action, I'm going to command my orb to fly to them and emit pulse. Pulse? Yeah, pulse. So boom. 1d4 force within 15 feet. So I'm going to roll for the hit on the orb. That will be my stats applied to the orb, and then if it hits per my stats, then the 1d4 is the damage I roll. That's a 16. I think let's use Dex. Dex? No. It wouldn't be Dex. It would be... and it would be an intelligence, arcana, magic. So it'd be my intelligence modifier. We got 16 plus 2, that's 18. I don't have arcana, I'm not skilled in it. So from there, that is a hit. Versus their armor class, I'm fighting the dwarf. That armor class is 17. I have 18. That is 100% a hit. I throw the 1d4. Is that 1d4? Yeah, it's 1d4 force. 2. Within 15 feet. So yeah, I command the orb to go forward, and pulse does 2 damage to the dwarf. That is 2d10 plus 4. So let's do... That's 4. I guess that's 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus 4, 17. So 17 health and 17 AC. Let's go ahead and break out the calculator as well as the notepad, taking that down. So this is dwarf. HP equals 17 HP. Let's go ahead and figure out this elf's stuff real quick. We have, it's a 2d8 for the elf, so 2d8 plus 2. So we're going to do, boom, 7 plus 7, 14 plus 2, that's 16. So elf HP equals, is that 17 again? 14 plus 2, 16. No, 16. HP, boom, good. Yay. We have their total HP listed above. Their AC is 14. Let's go ahead and just jot that down real quick. AC for the elf 14, and then for the dwarf is 17, so that works. From this, we have definite hit on the dwarf, so subtract 2. Yes. Is the elf within range? I'm going to go ahead and say yes as well, so -2 on that. Boom. Sorry, calculating things. The friendly elf, Falamir, has turn 2. Let's go ahead and roll a hit die. 8. 10 plus this. We're almost done with that. I gotta keep that up. 10 and -1, so 9. It doesn't hit. He misses completely. He swings his. Does he have a weapon? I think he does. Yeah. He swings his dagger and hopes to hit. The other elf misses every time. Next up is the enemy elf. Rolls a 13 versus a friendly elf. Nice. Is 10. Definitely hits friendly elf. Let's go ahead and do the math on this real quick, because the health on this is a 2d8, so we got 5 plus 2, so 7 HP for Falamir. That really is 7 HP. That is actually kind of nuts. I was not expecting that to be that low. This dude is weak. I guess that's what he gets for being a timid elf, but still. That is the correct way to spell it. Okay, so from that, it does in fact hit, and this enemy elf is going to... These. Big hand axe. Yeah, he's going to use his hand axe to attempt to slash him. It's a thrown weapon. 1d6 plus 3. It definitely hits, so 1d6. Rip. So as a rival adventurer, he essentially slashes through the armor of the elf. And oh wait, hang on. Let's see if does he have any more AC that's kind of helping him. Because if not, it kind of sucks. He does not. Be sad. So because he's targeted by an attack, he has a reaction that he can make called Cower. When targeted by a attack, Eldrin can impose disadvantage on that attack by dropping prone and begging for mercy. So as he's being looked at to hit, he goes for it and reacts, cowers, and I believe it's disadvantage on the hit die. It makes sense because that determines whether hit or miss. I target the elf to attack. Roll disadvantage is 5 and 10, so it takes 5. Doesn't hit AC. I was wrong. Sorry, I did that completely backwards. I forgot about the reaction. Saving the elf, kinda. Sorry. He essentially cowers, begs for his life. In an attempt to attack, the enemy elf decided he was gonna swing his axe at him, but misses completely. Instead, it just hits the dirt right behind him. And because it was thrown, he no longer has it in his hand, meaning he is now having to switch to his Warhammer to attack things, which will be his thing next turn to ready a Warhammer. Let's go ahead and get with the dwarf, see what's happening with him. That is a 1, a nat 1 on that die. He isn't hitting anything. Instead, what happens is when he swings his sorry, this is on the whim. This is the dwarf. So he's using his warhammer. As he swings, he misses completely, kind of like a golfer misses his golf club on his 5th shot in. He swings, misses, hits the dirt next to his foot, almost chops his foot off. It's kind of hilarious because he, skims the shoe and slices a little bit of it off. He's thanking his lucky stars right now. His foot's still attached. Hi. Ooh. Food. Food. Glorious food. Fries. Thank you, Big Mac. Big Mac. Thank you. Much appreciated. Hey, if you want to get in on this, you can. But just so we're on the same page. I'm not asking you to play characters. I'm asking you to flip a coin. Yeah, I guess. Or roll a die. That's not it. Yeah. This is tasty. And I have a Big Mac and I have fries. So, yeah. Brain juice, man. Is kicking it. Is trying to. I see the food in front of me. I'm going, food. Get back into it. The, dwarf misses, slices off a piece of his shoe. Thanks his lucky stars. I roll for my hit. I'm targeting the dwarf. 10. Plus 2 and 2, that's 14. 14 is above his armor class. No, it's not. I miss. It's a 17. So, I try swinging a sword, or not the sword, my warhammer, at this dwarf. I managed to hit the same axe he used to split his shoe off. I just further thrust it into the ground. I'm like, oh, sorry, fam, I meant to hit you. Pardon me, my finest gentle sir. The head of this hammer was meant for your face. That being the case, the elf looks at me like I'm a dumb McSpazatron. And tell him, dude, I did my best. I was aiming for him and everything. I don't know what happened there. He then proceeds to roll, targeting the other elf. Hits an 18, way above that armor class. And he rolls a hit die for his dagger. I believe the dagger's a 1d4. Yeah, it's 1d4 plus 1. So he hits, he rolls a 1d4. Hot dog. That's a 4 plus 1 for 5, so he deals 5 damage to the opposing elf. I got something I want to try next stream. I'm realizing it now. It's kind of dumb. You guys can't see the HP. You just see a stagnant picture of me describing things and going at it. And hearing the story, of course, but still. We'll continue going with this for now, but I'm going to, wait. So, as Felomir slashing away at this enemy elf, he's just crashing through armor, left, right, and center. He's not doing much damage otherwise to the armor, but he gets a few good looks in. He's bloodied up the left arm of this elf. Just going to town on him. And from there, it's the enemy elf's turn. Nat 20 for critical. Hit no matter what the target's AC is. Good. Roll damage die twice. Double the dice, not the modifiers. Okay. So, critical hit 2d8 plus strength. After. Cool. If you crit with one long sword, that attack becomes 2d8 plus strength. Okay. So, assuming that's the case, this elf is going to attack me. That's the dwarf. This is the elf. Alright. So that's plus modifier. Okay, so they're the same. It doesn't matter. So we have critical hit. It's a 1d6. So I'll roll 2d6. Boom. That is a 5 and a 3. So 8 plus 3 plus strength, which is 0 on this elf. Swing, swing. Hits me for critical. I go down 8 HP. Wrong mouse. And I have 7 remaining. Boom. With that being the case, it is now the dwarf's turn. These are not the crispiest of fries, but they're still good. Dwarf is a 4. Targeting me, doesn't hit my class armor class. Misses completely, skims off the other shoe of his. The enemy was looking at him like, dude, come on. You're making a fool of yourself. Get it together. Hit the man. Pardon me. I got a sandwich. $16 plus my numbers is above his armor class. I'm going to target the dwarf. Hit the dwarf. So off of 1d10, I get a 9. I deal 9 damage to this dwarf. He goes from 15 down to 6. The sandwich is the bomb. I take my warhammer, rise it way above his head. With a mighty crash, I go whack. You hear the metal tink off his helmet. I broke his neck just a little bit. He's got some feeling in his fingers, tingling going on. Otherwise, he's standing upright, dazed. He was just smacked in the head with a great hammer. From my turn, it goes to friendly elf, Filomir's. Let's see if he hits. Nat 20 for a critical off the elves. Both these elves are out for blood right now. That's crazy. So he definitely hits enemy elf. Enemy elf takes. He only has a dagger. So 2d4. That's 1 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. He deals 3 damage. He goes shink shink, boom. It was a critical hit, but it wasn't much. Severed the tendons in one of his hands, so now I can only use one hand. Otherwise, he's still upright fighting. Blood's gushing out of his hand. Both adversaries are having a bit of problem. This is 3. Minus 3. Alright. So the elf is at 6 HP. The dwarf is at... Oh no. Yeah, they're both at 6 HP. Crazy. This food's good. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Okay. So, friendly elf hits enemy health. Puts him down to 6 HP. He's bleeding. And then roar. Or, hey, you will never take our prize. How dare you assume that you could ever win in a fight against us? Enemy elf rolls. 16. Targets me. Hits. And I believe he's going to use a short bow. 1d6 plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. Rip. So I'm taken out. I'm incapacitated. Not dead, but incapacitated. Because, again, he's after the loot. Cool. Unconscious, but I'm incapacitated. I can't move anymore. He has severely damaged me. It is not fun. Not good. From this, the elf decides he's mad. Mad. Good, tasty food. Friendly elf decides he's mad. And his reaction to this, me being incapacitated, is to cower. He forces a disadvantage on the next attack roll, regardless of what's targeted. So the attack die are rolled for the dwarf targeting the elf. 3 does not hit. He completely misses. Actually shaves off his toe, dealing 1 HP. He screams in agony as his toe is severed. Blood's gushing out all over. It's not a good day for this dwarf. This dwarf is really, really going through it. He's missed a number of his shots, and it's costing him. From this, it's my turn. I gotta make a Constitution saving throw as a 1d20 plus my modifier. So a 3 plus 1. I'm still down for the count, but I'm gonna use my action to. I have an action. Wait, can I? Oh, I can't take actions if I'm incapacitated. So that's out. I'm still up. I'm good. Yeah, that's fine. The elf, friendly elf, is going to use an action to, I believe, cast a spell. Hang on. Okay. So he's going to attempt to stabilize by using one of his abilities, Herbal Remedies. He can use this once a day. He can administer a quick herbal treatment to a creature within 5 feet, restores 1d6 plus 2 health. So what we're going to do is roll 1d6 on me. He's going to target me. 1 plus 2 is 3. He's brought me back up to 3 HP, though I am incapacitated still. That's his action. Then the enemy elf rolls for hit. 3 does not hit armor class, misses completely, actually aims at the dwarf and nicks his helmet. Arrow comes flying off, goes pa-ting off all the way. Doesn't deal much damage to the dwarf, but it could have been worse. Dwarf looks at the elf. How dare you? How are you going to turn your back on me, you stupid elf? He goes, I wasn't aiming for you. I was aiming for him. Focus on the target at hand. Dwarf takes his turn. That is a 1. Dwarf is having such a bad day right now. His beard accidentally catches fire, but that was only due to the reflection of my hammer bouncing off of the sun reflection bouncing off my hammer onto his face. He wasn't aware that his beard could catch fire, like kindling the way it did, but he puts it out in time before he takes any damage. He's having a terrible day. Such a fun fight. From there, it is now my turn. I've got to, because I'm incapacitated right now. Still, I haven't been able to take an action this whole time. I want to be able to take an action. So, I need to look this up. Okay, so it is a saving throw still. Oh, 0 HP includes being incapacitated, but if you regain HP and still something else is going on. Okay, so I was incapacitated at 0 HP, but due to the restoration of the elf doing the magic on me, I am now brought back up. I'm looking at it now. It's usually a separate cause that causes it, like a spell, condition, or monster ability. But if I'm no longer unconscious because I've gained at least 1 HP, that means I'm up and good to go. So the condition has ended. I am good. I am recapacitated. All gold. Apart from that, now it is my turn to lay the smackdown on this elf because he's caused enough problems. That's a 14 against an elf that has an armor class. I have it right here. 14. I hit this elf with a full force strike. Whack! Right? I roll 1d10 for damage on the Warhammer. That's a 9. Do I add anything to this? I don't think I do. Versatile 1d10. Cool. Okay. So I do 9 damage against this elf. Take him out completely. I don't kill him because I don't want to be in bad standing with the guild. I just want to incapacitate him, knock him unconscious. He's now unconscious, laying on the ground in his own pool of blood. It's not fun. It's not good. This elf has had a bad day. Now the Orf is cornered on his own. Friendly elf makes his move, his hit die throw. That is a 15 plus his strength is that's a -1 in it. Yep, it's a -1. I don't think it hits the dwarf. Does it hit the dwarf? No, it does not. No, it does not. That's unfortunate. So, baby elf, swing at a small dwarf. It goes tink, tink, tink off the helmet. He's going too high with his blade. Doesn't hit him for anything. Scratches his helmet a little bit, but that's about it. Nothing really hits him. From there, it's the dwarf's turn because the elf can no longer make a decision. That is a 6. Misses completely again. knocks his helmet clean off with the hilt of his hammer. He brings it up in target of the elf. In the process, knocks his helmet off. It's now on the floor. He's helmetless and has missed again. Whack on the floor, right? Misses the elf completely. And then it's my turn. That is a nat 20 for a critical, so I 100% hit him. I rolled 2d10 because that is my versatile thing for the Warhammer. I got 1 9 and a 1. So I deal 10 HP to this dwarf, and I knock him completely unconscious. Boom. These two are no longer a threat. Did we get any loot from this? Let's see. We want to flip a coin. Heads for yes, tails for no. Heads for yes. We got loot. Let's go ahead and generate some loot real quick. Alright. So let's do a 1d4 for one of them. Yeah. 1d4. Sweet. Roll 4. So we roll 4 d20s. Number 9. 19. Number 6. And a second number 9. So 6, 9s, 19. So let's go ahead and take a look at 6. Dwarven Whetstone. Sharpen weapon during short rest. Plus 1 damage on next hit. Really nice. So we go ahead and add this here. We're going to add this actually down here into this category because that one's getting kind of full. 1x Dwarven Whetstone. Sharpen weapon on next. Was that long rest? Short rest. Plus 1 on next. Sorry, no. Plus 1 damage on hit. There we go. Then number 9, 1d10 gold pieces times 2 and a silver ring, non-magical, 15 gold plat. Okay, so let's do 2d10 for that because we get 2 rings. So 1, 9, 2, 7, 16 gold pieces first. Three, 4, 41. And then we've got 2x silver rings. And then 19 paired relics. 1x dwarf ruin And 1x elf sigil. Once per long rest, +1 to ability check of choice. Oh. Okay. There we go. That summarizes that. We have a dwarf ruin, elf sigil. We got 2 silver rings, and we got 16 gold pieces from that. Good encounter. Good encounter. That was a fun little encounter. We incapacitated them. They're not dead. They're just off to the side. We rendered aid to them. Noting our HP, I recommend we go to an inn for the day. On the way back to the guild hall, we don't want to be covered in our own blood when we get to the guild. So we go ahead and make way for an inn. We don't want to be caught up in anything else. So we're not going to be looking for trouble. We're going to do disadvantage on encounters. We make it back to the city gates. Cross into it. Guards take notice. Dude, what happened? Why are you covered in blood? We had to fight our way through a mob of villagers and adversary adventurers out for a job we had already claimed. Oh, where are they? We have them knocked out over here. We didn't want them causing any more trouble for any other adventurers on the way. They go, okay, and let us pass. We're now in the city, heading towards the guild hall. Alpha's following closely behind. Essentially asks, hey, what do you plan on doing with the orb now that you have it? I figured I'll save it for a rainy day. If I really need it, I'll use it. But otherwise, I intend to keep it safe, away from anything wet or in the harm's way stuff, you know. We venture on down. We find the inn. We pay for our expenses each. I think 20 gold pieces for clean clothing, food, and a room would work. So we spend 20 gold pieces here. And round things out, I say keep the change. We'll spend 21 just to be on the courteous side. We make it to the inn without much issue. We essentially have a conversation about what all happened. Like, can you believe we managed to rescue those villagers? I was beginning to think we would have to go to like a wizard or something. I know I said stuff about a wizard before, but I honestly did not know where to go. This is the elf speaking. I respond in kind. Yeah, I was beginning to wonder whether or not you were telling the truth, but hey, all's well that ends well. We saved the villagers. The well's fixed. We got an orb that we have to attune ourselves to now. And, yeah, it's all is well. All is well. Elf affirms. We go to sleep. We wake up the next day. It's now early morning again because we have been on the road for a minute. We are freshly good. We have replenished one more hit die. I just realized. That should have been replenished a little while ago. I should have fixed that as well. We have 20 HP again. Remember, the spell gave us 4. from the, or 4? No, 3. 3 HP. Enemies are dead, and this dude's max HP is just 7, because 7. This dude is weak. Weak sauce. We wake up, head to the road, and I straight up tell the elf, look, I appreciate your help, but when we turn this in, I think we ought to split the party up. From there, we continue towards the guild hall. Elf is silent the whole way. I think I hurt his feelings. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I really don't want to have to babysit someone if I can't even look out for myself 90% of the time. Thank you for the help. I'm not, like, I commend you for helping me back to my feet so I could continue the fight. But you really need to do better. Do better with fighting and defending yourself. We continue into the guild. We turn in the bounty. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the reward is for it. Alright, so we have okay. So we turn in the thing. The reward is essentially 45 gold pieces total, rewarded to each of us. And we also get 1 minor magic item. We have to see the loot down below. And we get a positive guild favor. So let's go ahead and add this up. We have 65 now. Gold pieces. Boom. We have 1 magic item. The loot on this is a 1d4 roll. So let's just do that real quick. That is a 4. We get a small crystal vial of weeping water. Counts as alchemy reagent. And it's worth 25 gold pieces. So let's go ahead and add this down here. Yay. From here, we need to go here. I don't know if a guild favor falls under other proficiencies or languages, but I'm going to put it there for safekeeping because I don't know where else it goes. That's +1 guild favor. This is our second job that we've taken for the guild. No, third, because... No, second, because the dungeon we discovered chaos in was from the orc. This guild had 2 jobs we took, one for the orphans and then the other for this past thing we just did, which is good. Villagers are saved. We get 10 bonus gold pieces from this. Yes, we want to do another 10, so that's 70. And we also get advantage on next guild rep check. Yay. Okay. That's taken care of. From job 2, we have an advantage. Once we go to job 3, and I assume this is another guild rep check, that'll be where we get the advantage and go up another, I think. I could be wrong about that. Sweet. Good. Cool. I don't want to level up just yet because we have chaos to really mess with. That was a great run of that job. We have been streaming for 3 hours. We have an hour to go. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I know that job was a short one, but honestly, I think we're doing good. We completed it. We got rewarded. Elf is happy. I'm happy. We're gold. You did a good job, kid, but I still think we need to disband this party. If you're interested in learning things, I'm all willing to teach you. I'm not exactly an expert at anything, but I'll teach you what I know and help you retain some defense if you wish. Continue taking jobs, get better at what you're doing, and hopefully, eventually, you'll be proficient in something that would help you better benefit yourself. Also, invest in some gear and talk. We'll talk after, okay? He says, okay. We disband the party temporarily because we don't want to have to drag each other through the mud. After we get through with that, I exit the dojo, I leave it, I go to the footpath, and I make my way back to the camp. That's what I intend to do. We're going to do encounters the entire rest of the way. I am going to take a break because I've been streaming for 3 hours straight. If you guys enjoyed it so far, consider dropping a like and leaving a follow. If you're new on the comeback, if you're new, drop a like, leave a follow. If you're on the comeback, consider sharing the stream with someone. I'm streaming for another hour. I have 1 more hour on my clock. Once I'm done streaming, it goes away. This whole thing will be posted to YouTube, so you'll be able to see this in a little bit better detail. Chat won't be visible, the red stuff won't be visible, but you'll see the character sheet and you'll see the screen as well as me. Hi, my face, what's up? You'll be able to see all that. Comment below on that VOD what your favorite part was, or if you just hate it in general. Honestly, any form of criticism is welcome. I stream Monday through Fridays, 4 p.m. onwards. Next week we'll be streaming Warframe. I get it's Thursday. It's kind of early for me to go ahead and say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Next week I'm streaming nothing but Warframe all 5 days. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. I need ideas on what I'm going to be streaming next week. Or not next week, the week after next. After I've played Warframe. Be sure to hit me up over on the community tab of Orbs Vault. That's where I'll be paying attention for all those posts. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to press the BRB button. We'll be right back. Give me like 5 minutes. Go to the restroom. Take a break. Go get some food. See you guys in a little bit, okay? BRB.